dish I'm going to be cooking today is a fresh curd agnolotti with a roast chicken emulsion and a lovage oil. So we're just going to run through the ingredients that we need today. So we've got some beautiful double O pasta flour, some eggs, so Arlington white eggs, we've got beautiful bright yolk. That's for making the pasta itself. Then for the filling we need some double cream and milk, a little bit of white wine vinegar, and that's going to make a fresh curd for inside the pasta. For the sauce we've got some roasted chicken stock, a nice dark chicken stock, and we're going to make some brown butter just to emulsify into that. And then for the lovage oil we've got some fresh lovage, which is a herb similar to celery and parsley, some vegetable oil just to make that, and then also we're going to finish the dish with some aged parmesan over the top. So in this recipe we're going to use the 11cm global palate knife just to help us seal the pasta. So first up we need to make the fresh curd. This is a 24-hour process, which is why we need to do it first. So what we need to do, we take our milk and cream, we're going to pop that in a saucepan and we're going to bring it up to about 90 degrees Celsius, so just below boiling. Then we're going to add our vinegar. What that's going to do is separate the curds from the whey. Then we need to line a sieve just over a bowl with some muslin cloth, and then we're going to pour that whole mix over the sieve. Then we're going to pop that in the fridge and we're going to leave that just to strain overnight. And what you're going to end up with is this beautiful thick curd, and then underneath you can see the whey. We're not going to waste any of that whey, so we'll save that for the sauce. And then with the curd what we need to do is pop that in a mixing bowl, and then we're just going to add a little bit of salt just to season it. And then we're going to place that in a piping bag ready to make the agnolotti. So next up we need to make our pasta dough. So we're going to take our double O pasta flour, we're going to pop that straight onto a clean kitchen side, and then a great tip for this is to use the bottom of the bowl just to create a well for our oil to sit in. And then we're going to add our whole egg and egg yolk. We're going to bring that together until it's sort of a breadcrumb texture, and then we're going to knead it for 5 to 10 minutes until it's nice and smooth. Then we need to wrap it in cling film and rest it for a minimum of 2 hours in the fridge, or preferably overnight, ready to make our agnolotti. So to make our lovage oil, we're going to roughly chop the lovage, we're going to add that to a blender along with the oil, and then we're going to blend that until it starts to warm up, and when it warms up it's going to extract that beautiful green colour. And then we need to pass that through a muslin cloth, so we just line a sieve with some muslin, we let that strain just in the fridge for a couple of hours, and then we've got a beautiful green oil which we can put into the squeezy bottle ready for service. So next up we're going to make our sauce. So first of all we need to make the brown butter, so this is going to be made a couple of hours in advance. What we're going to do is take our butter, add that to a hot frying pan, and we're going to cook it until it caramelizes. And what it's going to do is going to go really beautiful nut brown colour, and it's going to really intensify that flavour, and then we just let that cool. And then next up we've got our whey, which is the waste product from making the curd. So we're just going to reduce that down to a syrup, and then we're going to add our beautiful chicken stock. So we've got a really nice dark chicken stock, and we're going to reduce that again until it's nice and syrupy. And then we're going to take our brown butter and we're just going to emulsify that by whisking it in bit by bit. So now we're going to make our agnolotti. So you can see the pasta's had a couple of hours to rest in the fridge, so it's nice and shiny and glossy. We're going to set up our pasta machine, so we've got a KitchenAid just with the pasta attachment. We're going to flour the surface and then measure out a little bit of the pasta. We're just going to give that a little roll just so it fits through the pasta machine, we're not forcing it through. We're going to roll that pasta out, I'm going to fold it a couple of times, and what that's going to do is just going to stretch that gluten and make sure that the pasta doesn't crack when we're shaping it. And then we're going to roll it out until you can just about see your hand through there. We'll lay it flat on the side, and then we're going to pipe the curd straight down the middle, brush the inside edge with a little bit of cold water, just a tiny bit, and then fold the pasta over. Then what we need to do is use the beautiful global palette knife just to seal that inside edge of the pasta, and then we're going to use our thumb and forefinger just to nip little pillows. So you can see we're just applying pressure all the way along and just creating these little pillows, and then we're going to trim that inside edge with the pasta cutter and then roll straight through the middle just to create that seal on all 3 sides. So when it comes to service, we just need to bring a pan of salted water to the boil. We're going to add our agnolotti into there, and we're going to cook that for 3 minutes until it's nice and tender. Then we're going to drain it off, add it to our chicken emulsion, and just dress that really nicely so it coats all the outside of the pasta. And we're going to place 3 pieces of pasta into each bowl, drizzle the sauce over the top, and finish it with our beautiful lovage oil and some fresh parmesan just grated over the top. So here we have it, our fresh curd agnolotti with a roast chicken emulsion, lovage oil, and that's been paired with the Porter cutlery range.